Welcome to another kumihimo in lockdown YouTube video. And in this video, I'd like to share something really simple with you, but it is sometimes those simple tricks that make a big difference. So this video is all about stop beads, and these are the stop beads at the end of my cords. A stop bead is quite simply a larger bead threaded on after you've threaded on your beads, and you pass through the bead twice in the same direction so that you can then move it up and down the cord like that. When you leave it, it stays where it is. When you want to release more cord, you can just pull on it and the beads will fall down and give you more cord. So first of all, why would you want to do that? Well, when you braid with longer cords, you probably use bobbins, but this is a bracelet I'm making here, so I don't need bobbins to keep my cords under control and to keep the beads on the cords, but I do need something convenient. And so that's why I would use a stop bead in this situation. The other thing is, you do want to keep your beads nice and close to the disc when you're braiding, and there are two reasons for that. One is that it's a smaller arm movement as you bring your cords over, so it's less tiring. And the second reason is that as you pick those cords up, if the beads are close, you'll feel them in your hand as you perform your move, and that will make it far less likely that you'll make a mistake and forget them. So those are two very good reasons really for using stop beads. Now, as I say, I use them for smaller lengths such as bracelet lengths, but I also use them often when I'm using bobbins as well, because they can just be a little fail-safe because they're really secure on the end of the cords. So let me show you how you do them. So all you need is your cord and a bead that you can pass through twice easily. So I pass through once, having threaded on all the beads I need to. I pass through once, and then I come round and pass through again in the same direction. And I tighten it up. And now that means I can move that cord up and down the cord to keep the beads nice and close to my disc and to release more cord as I need it. Now here I'm using, to show you, slightly larger beads than I would normally. So this is satin cord and a large bead with a 2mm hole in it. But most of the time, as you're working with beads, you will be working with a cord like this. So this is either Eslon or Ceylon, and it's about 0.5mm in diameter. And this is the Tex 210. And for this, the best sort of bead to use as a stop bead is a size 6. So that would be something like this, a size 6. And that has just the right sort of size hole to pass through twice in the same direction. Also, try to pick a shiny bead, not a matte bead, because the matte beads can cause a bit of resistance. So that, as I say, is the most likely cord that you'll be using, or you might be using something similar that is a similar diameter. Now, sometimes you might be using something thinner, such as this. So this again is Eslon or Ceylon. This is the Tex 135, and it measures about 0.3 to 0.4mm in diameter. If you're using this, I recommend using a size 8 seed bead. Now, sometimes you might be using this. This is the thicker cord. This is the Tex 400. It's approximately 0.9mm in diameter. Now, this is slightly trickier because the best bead for this is a size 2 seed bead, which not everyone has in their stash. What I recommend you do is just hunt through your stash for beads that have a hole that's probably about 2.5mm in diameter. But basically what it needs to do is your cord needs to go through it twice in the same direction easily, and you need to be able to move it up and down. So practice, find some beads, and once you find the ones that work well, keep them aside and have them as your stop beads for your thicker cords. So I hope you found that useful, and I hope it makes a difference to when you're braiding with beads and with shorter quantities. So that's the stop bead. And if you're interested in hearing other little tricks and tips that I would like to show you, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so that you get an email when I upload a new video. And you can also hop along to kumihimo.com, my website, where there's an absolute wealth of tutorials and instructions, lovely inspirational photos. So lots to look at there. So thank you very much for watching my video, and until next time, goodbye.